The niche economy emerges. For decades, the bedrock of commerce was the mass market. Companies aimed for broad appeal, crafting products and services designed to satisfy the largest possible customer base. The focus was on economies of scale, producing millions of identical items for millions of undifferentiated consumers. Options were limited, and choice often meant selecting from a handful of major brands. Then, a fundamental shift began. The rise of the internet, coupled with advancements in logistics and production, shattered the old paradigm. Suddenly, reaching a globally dispersed but highly specific audience became not only possible but economically viable. What was once dismissed as too niche, too small to warrant investment, found its platform. This wasn't just about selling online, it was about the very nature of demand aggregating around highly specialized interests. Consumers, tired of generic offerings, began actively seeking out products that spoke directly to their unique passions, needs, or identities. They craved authenticity, specialized functionality, and a sense of belonging to a community that understood their precise desires. Simultaneously, individuals and small businesses could now bypass traditional gatekeepers. They could design, produce, and market highly specialized goods directly to their target audience without the prohibitive cost of yesteryear. The market fragmented, not into fewer choices, but into an almost infinite spectrum of hyper-focused solutions. This transformation didn't just add options, it rewrote the rules of engagement between creator and consumer, giving rise to an economy built on precision, passion, and singularity. From mass markets to micro-niches, for decades, the market operated on a simple principle: aim for the biggest possible audience. Think of the early days of television, where 3 major networks catered to tens of millions with broadly appealing shows. Products were designed for the lowest common denominator, available in every department store, advertised to everyone. Companies sought economies of scale, producing millions of identical items, hoping a significant chunk of the population would buy them. This was the era of the mass market, a world of limited choice, where one-size-fits-all was not just a saying, but a business model. But then, something fundamental began to shift. The internet, digital manufacturing, and a globalized supply chain dismantled the barriers to entry. Suddenly, a small artisan could reach a niche audience anywhere in the world without needing a massive marketing budget or a network of physical stores. Consumers, no longer content with generic options, began demanding products that spoke directly to their unique identities and interests. The craving for personalization replaced the acceptance of uniformity. This convergence birthed the micro-niche. Instead of trying to sell coffee to everyone, entrepreneurs now focus on single-origin beans sourced from a specific farm, roasted for a particular brewing method, appealing to a connoisseur. Or consider hobbyists, a store dedicated solely to vintage typewriter restoration parts, or custom-designed ergonomic keyboards for competitive gamers. These businesses thrive not on volume, but on deep understanding and passionate loyalty from a highly specific customer base. The implications are profound. Businesses no longer need to compromise their vision to appeal broadly. They can cultivate hyper-focused communities, build direct relationships with their most ardent supporters, and innovate at a speed previously impossible. This fragmentation of the market reshapes everything from product development to advertising strategies, forcing companies to reconsider what it truly means to connect with a customer in an age of infinite choice. Digital tools and global reach. For centuries, geographical distance defined market reach. Businesses operated within their local communities, constrained by physical presence and distribution networks. A small artisan in a remote village had limited customers, primarily those who could visit their shop. Trade beyond borders required complex logistics, substantial capital, and often intermediaries. The world felt vast, fragmented by oceans and continents. Today, that paradigm has fundamentally shifted. Digital tools dissolve these traditional boundaries. An artist in Florence can sell prints to a collector in Tokyo with a few clicks on an e-commerce platform. A software developer in Mumbai collaborates seamlessly with a team in Silicon Valley using video conferencing and cloud-based project management tools. Social media platforms and targeted online advertising allow even the smallest startup to find niche markets across continents, bypassing traditional distribution channels entirely. This digital connectivity flattens the global playing field. Businesses no longer need massive infrastructure to engage international customers. They can manage logistics, process payments, and provide customer support remotely, reaching audiences once deemed inaccessible. This democratizes opportunity, allowing talent and innovation to emerge from anywhere, finding demand wherever it exists. The competitive landscape has widened dramatically, forcing local enterprises to consider global benchmarks. The question then becomes, as digital tools shrink the world further, how will individuals and nations adapt to this new era of hyperconnectivity and pervasive global competition? The creator economy boomed. For generations, media flowed from large institutions down to a consuming audience. television networks, record labels, publishing houses, they held the gates, dictating what art and information reached the public. Then, the internet changed the rules. It didn't just digitize content, it dismantled the gatekeepers, offering a direct conduit between creators and their fans. This seismic shift ignited what we now call the creator economy. At its core, this economy revolves around individuals building communities and generating income directly from their unique content. Think about it, a gamer streams live to thousands, an artist sells prints through their own website, a chef teaches cooking classes on a subscription platform. No major studio needed, no traditional employment structure required. Creators use accessible tools and platforms like YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, and Patreon to cultivate loyal followings. Monetization pathways are diverse. Advertising revenue on platforms remains a cornerstone. Audiences directly support creators through monthly subscriptions, one-time donations, or by purchasing merchandise designed by the creators themselves. Brands now increasingly partner with these independent forces for sponsored content, recognizing the deep trust and engagement creators foster with their niches. The barriers to entry are astonishingly low. Anyone with a smartphone and an idea can begin. This democratization of content production has transformed hobbyists into entrepreneurs, fundamentally reshaping how talent finds its audience and earns a living. It challenges traditional career paths, offering autonomy and direct connection, but also demanding constant innovation and adaptation in a rapidly evolving digital landscape. Hyper-specific product trends. Consider the humble cutting board. Once, a simple wooden slab sufficed. Now, you can find boards designed specifically for sourdough bakers, with etch guides for scoring, or intricate bamboo versions optimized for sushi preparation, complete with condiment wells. This isn't just about variety, it is about a profound shift towards hyper-specificity in consumer demand. The rise of online communities plays a crucial role. Enthusiasts for obscure hobbies or very particular lifestyles connect, sharing frustrations and desires that mainstream products simply don't address. A subreddit dedicated to mechanical keyboards, for instance, might discuss the optimal keycap profile for a specific programming language, or the acoustic properties of a rare switch type. This collective articulation of niche needs creates a palpable market opportunity. Entrepreneurs, often from within these very communities, recognize these precise voids. They don't aim for millions of customers. Instead, they engineer solutions for hundreds, or even dozens, of highly committed individuals. A coffee grinder isn't just a grinder, it's calibrated for the precise grind consistency needed for espresso made from light roast Africa. A gardening tool isn't generic, it's for pruning the roots of bonsai trees in a specific climate zone. This fragmentation of the market reshapes manufacturing, distribution, and even marketing. It signals a move away from universal solutions towards an era where the most successful products might be those that cater to the most minutely defined desires, leaving us to wonder what previously unimaginable need will be the next to spark its own industry. Niche service millionaires. Think of a millionaire and you might picture tech moguls or real estate titans. But a growing number of people are building immense wealth in spaces you'd never expect. Consider the individual who specializes in the delicate restoration of antique carousel horses. This isn't your average repair shop. This is a master craftsman, one of a handful globally, with unique knowledge of materials, techniques, and historical accuracy. Their clients aren't browsing local classifieds, they are passionate collectors and museums willing to pay top dollar for perfection, for the preservation of history, for pieces that only gain value with expert care. These entrepreneurs didn't chase broad markets. Instead, they identified acute, often complex problems for a very specific, affluent group. They built expertise, sometimes over decades, in fields overlooked by larger companies or those lacking the patience for hyper-specialization. The market might be small, but the demand within it is intense, and the ability to command premium pricing for such expertise is absolute. This pattern repeats across industries, from highly specialized cybersecurity protecting obscure industrial control systems to consultants who streamline logistics for luxury yacht manufacturers, or even services that manage the highly complex estates of ultra-high net worth individuals. The common thread is solving a critical, often hidden, problem for a client group that places high value on precision, discretion, and unique trust, not just cost. These aren't just services, they are indispensable solutions in worlds few others can navigate. Sustainable and ethical brands. Sustainable and ethical brands represent a deliberate departure from conventional practices. They operate with a core principle, minimizing negative impact, both on the planet and on people. This commitment shapes every stage of their operation, from design to delivery. Environmentally, these brands focus on resource efficiency. They prioritize renewable materials, reduce waste through circular models, and actively work to lower their carbon footprint. This means less reliance on virgin resources, often cleaner production processes, and a commitment to biodegradability or recyclability at the product's end of life. Their goal is to integrate ecological health into their business model, not just mitigate damage after the fact. Equally vital is their ethical stance. These companies ensure fair wages, safe working conditions, and respect for human rights across their entire supply chain, which can span multiple continents and involve countless individuals. They champion transparency, allowing consumers to trace a product's journey and understand the labour behind it. This approach fosters a more equitable global economy, combating exploitation often hidden in complex manufacturing networks. The rise of such brands reflects a growing demand from consumers who seek to align their purchases with their values. However, discerning truly sustainable and ethical options requires scrutiny. Labels and certifications provide guidance, but understanding the nuances of a brand's claims remains essential, as the line between genuine commitment and marketing can sometimes blur. It prompts us to consider the hidden costs of production and how our choices influence a global system. Specialized digital education. The landscape of learning continues to transform, pushed by the relentless pace of technological innovation. Traditional academic pathways, while offering foundational knowledge, often struggle to keep pace with the hyper-specific, constantly evolving demands of the modern digital economy. This widening gap has given rise to a new dominant force, specialized digital education. These are focused programs designed from the ground up to equip individuals with very particular, cutting-edge skills for niche roles. Consider the distinction. This isn't about obtaining a general computer science degree. It's about mastering intensive boot camps in ethical hacking, securing certifications in specific cloud architecture platforms, or completing masterclasses dedicated solely to advanced natural language processing. These programs move beyond abstract theory. They are intensely practical, frequently project-based, meticulously simulating real-world industry challenges. A learner might spend weeks immersed in complex user interface design principles or months constructing intricate data pipelines for AI models. This educational model deliberately bypasses the broad requirements of conventional universities. It condenses years of generalized study into months of hyper-focused, career-aligned training. It directly responds to immediate market needs, preparing individuals not just for a job, but for a specific, highly in-demand position. Companies now actively seek out candidates with these precise, validated skill sets, often valuing demonstrated proficiency in direct project experience over traditional academic credentials. The critical question then emerges: how will this targeted approach reshape the very nature of career pathways and continuous professional development? Community-driven commerce. The traditional marketplace often pictured a clear path: producers create, marketers advertise, consumers buy. That model increasingly feels incomplete. Today, the lines blur, driven by communities that wield significant influence, not just as buyers, but as creators, critics, and advocates. This isn't just casual word of mouth. It is a dynamic, interconnected network where shared experiences and collective opinions actively shape product life cycles and business reputations. Online forums, social media groups, and dedicated fan bases have become powerful hubs. They dissect new offerings, recommend trusted brands, and even dictate what gets made next. Companies now understand that ignoring these communal voices means risking obsolescence. Instead, many actively engage, inviting feedback, fostering co-creation initiatives, and even developing products directly alongside their most passionate users. Consider how crowdfunding platforms empower communities to directly fund and shepherd projects into existence, bypassing traditional gatekeepers entirely. This direct agency showcases a profound change in consumer power. This shift transforms the very nature of commerce. Success no longer hinges solely on a marketing budget or traditional distribution network. It relies heavily on authenticity, responsiveness, and the genuine support of a community. This isn't just about customer service, it is about genuine participation, a shared stake in what gets made and how it succeeds. Businesses no longer just sell to an audience, they cultivate and collaborate with it, turning passive buyers into active participants and even brand ambassadors. This fundamental reorientation of power challenges everything we thought we knew about building a successful venture. Low overhead, high profit. For generations, starting a business meant significant upfront costs, securing a physical location, stocking inventory, hiring staff, managing utilities. These fixed expenses often became a heavy anchor, pulling down potential profits and increasing risk. A high-revenue business could still struggle if its overhead consumed too much of the income. But the digital revolution fundamentally reshaped this equation. New business models emerged, prioritizing minimal physical footprints and virtual operations. Consider the software developer who sells an application online. Their primary cost might be development time, marketing, and server fees. There's no physical product to store or ship, no storefront rent, no large sales team. Every sale, after initial development, contributes almost directly to profit. The same principle applies to many service-based enterprises, consulting, graphic design, online tutoring, or virtual assistants. These ventures often operate from a home office, requiring little more than a computer and internet. They trade time and expertise, not physical goods. This means no inventory holding costs, no complicated supply chains, and far fewer logistical headaches. This lean approach extends to modern e-commerce. Dropshipping models, while sometimes complex, eliminate the need for merchants to hold any stock, passing that burden to suppliers. The online store becomes a mere intermediary, collecting a margin without the capital outlay for inventory. The appeal is clear. By shedding the traditional burdens of brick and mortar operations, these businesses transform their revenue streams. A dollar earned translates into a significantly larger share of profit, accelerating growth and offering remarkable resilience. It's a paradigm shift, allowing creators and entrepreneurs to build empires from little more than an idea and an internet connection. The next wave of wealth. For generations, wealth flowed from tangible assets, fertile land, sprawling factories, or vast reserves of oil. The information age then shifted the focus to intellectual property, software, and the networks connecting us. But the rules of accumulation are rewriting themselves yet again. We now stand at the threshold of what many call the next wave of wealth, a transformation driven by forces far more intricate than previous shifts. This emerging era places unprecedented value on intangible assets. Think of data. It is no longer merely a byproduct, but a foundational resource, powering the next generation of artificial intelligence. Consider biotechnology, where insights into life itself fuel revolutionary treatments and sustainable solutions. Or the burgeoning green economy, where innovations in renewable energy and resource efficiency are not just environmental necessities, but massive economic opportunities. The currency of this new economy isn't just physical capital, it's also intellectual ingenuity, algorithmic supremacy, and the capacity to solve complex, global problems. Value increasingly attaches to predictive models, genetic codes, and interconnected digital infrastructures. Wealth concentrates not just with those who own physical means of production, but with those who command the flows of information and develop the intelligence that shapes our future. Access to this wave depends less on legacy industries and more on adaptability, continuous learning, and a willingness to navigate uncharted technological and ethical territories. The landscape of opportunity is expanding, yet it demands new forms of literacy and participation. As these powerful forces reshape economies, understanding their true nature becomes paramount for anyone aiming to thrive in the decades ahead. Identifying your niche. The digital landscape is vast, a relentless stream of content where countless voices compete for attention. To establish a lasting presence, one task becomes central: identifying your niche. This isn't about limiting yourself, it's about focusing your energy, carving out a distinct space where your voice resonates loudest. Think of it as finding the precise intersection of what you know, what you love, and what an audience genuinely needs. Your expertise forms one axis: what skills or knowledge have you acquired. Your passion creates another: what topics genuinely excite you, keeping you engaged through long hours of research or creation. The third, and perhaps most crucial, axis is audience demand. Who is out there searching for solutions you can provide, or stories you can tell? Many begin by trying to reach everyone. This often results in reaching no one, diluting a message until it becomes indistinguishable from the background hum. Instead, consider the specific problems you can solve. Are you explaining complex scientific theories in simple terms? Are you offering practical advice for sustainable living in urban environments? Or perhaps you're documenting the untold histories of specific subcultures. Defining your niche provides clarity. It informs your content strategy, attracts a dedicated community, and establishes your authority. Without this focused lens, you risk becoming another drop in the digital ocean. The real power of a niche isn't just about what you create, but for whom you create it, and the unique value you bring to their specific world.